Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Waiting for everybody to jump on and say good evening. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hello, Jennifer. Jennifer's on. Hey, Jody. Let me get my world all set up here, because we know that's got to happen. Good evening, all you sunshiny happy people. Aw, thanks, guys. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Let me see who's all signing in this evening. I keep wanting to say good morning. Christy and Pamela and Lisa and Kathy and Cricket and Joyce and Miriam and Michelle and Terry and Gwen and Patty and Maria. Hello, Susan, Elizabeth, Christina. It's officially Sunday now. A little bit late. Maybe we can have cocktails instead of coffee. Cocktails and coffee. That would be a great show. Cocktails and coffee. Hello, Laura. Happy Mother's Day. Let me get myself all signed in. Oh, see? And the heat press is finally ready for me. Because it's just got to be difficult, apparently. I can't even see my sass right now. How is everybody doing? Let me do this real quick, because it is having loading issues, but that's okay. Good evening. Susan's like, yay, I get the live! Hi, Susie. Can't stay long. We'll watch later. I know. Game of Thrones. You people with Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. I can't say as I will cut it down to the 9 o'clock hour, but we will do my best to try to do what I need to do. So, Jen's already warned me she's leaving me at 9. So, hello, hello, hello. I am so glad to see everybody. We're going to get this party started. I'm just loading up the iPad right now because it was having loading issues and whatnot. So there we go. So I can see your comments and we can get this party started. There we go. All right. Let's do this. You ready? I know I am. DVR it. Right? That's what I said too, man. DVR this. All right. We're going up to aisle, or 14th floor, because, you know, that's how we do things around here. We're going to just start going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Hi, Beck. Hi, Becky. Becky's one of my biffles. Hello, hello. All right, let's get me so that I'll actually be in the frame. So, hi and happy Mother's Day, everyone. This is the SAS for Sunday, May 12th. It is Mother's Day, and I hope that all of you wonderful moms had a absolutely gorgeous and wonderful day. Whether it was raining out like it was here, or it was sunshiny and beautiful wherever you are, just know that you guys rock. It's one of the hardest jobs in the entire universe, and that's being a mom. So to all of you near, far, and everywhere, whether you're in heaven or above, happy Mother's Day. So, I hope you guys are all fabulous. You guys good? So, we don't have coffee, but we do have my grape soda. Don't worry, it's soda, it's carbonated. There is no adult beverages around here. So, this is actually a cup that my daughter got me. And it says, Rise and Sparkle. How fitting. So that was one of my Mother's Day presents from my daughter. Eating peanut butter M&Ms for dinner. Hey, that's the dinner of champions, my friend. Dinner of champions. So, we have a lot to talk about. We are going to start off with stuff that I've posted during the week. We're going to start, and we're also going to press some stuff live, just so you could see how I did it. We're going to talk about some think outside the box moments of what you can use for different objects. So first off, I had posted a crystal glass iceberg. And it measures about 7 inches tall, about 4 inches wide. I do get those from Johnson Plastics, but everybody keeps asking me about them. And this is how it comes. Now, Stan actually has the heart ones on the way. I cannot wait to get my hands on those. I think they're going to be a great asset to my business because I feel like these were uber pricey. And his two come in a beautiful gift box, just like these do. So I cannot wait for his to come in. He's got a couple different shapes coming in. I'm really excited. But what I need to tell you about is people asked about putting these two together. And the same with Stan's little keychains. You have to use a very specific glue. And it has to say that it's for glass. You can't use one that's for ceramic or wood or plastic. It really does need to say that it is for glass and that it dries crystal clear. All right, so this is the one that I get. All right. It's the Loctite brand. It does say on the packaging, it does say for glass. So make sure that when you are doing anything that has to do with the glass crystals, like Stan's little ornaments, let me see if I can, or not ornaments, keychains, sorry. They are pretty too. Let me see if I can find them. They're a crystal keychain that he has. And of course I probably put them all away because, you know, I'm neat like that. So Stan's little crystal, these things, remember? We talked about this. You have to use that Loctite for these. 2 think outside the box moments, just as a reminder, is yes, it comes as a keychain, okay? But if you wanted to, take this part off, feed some ribbon through it, and it now becomes an absolutely gorgeous little ornament. You can sell these as an ornament. I mean, ornaments, remember, ornaments don't have to be huge. Some people like some dainty, some pretty crystals. These would be an ideal ornament coming up for this end of the season. I know, it's Mother's Day, and I have just mentioned the unmentionable word, and that is Christmas. But let's be honest, that's where we're going to be headed soon. So you have to use that Loctite glue, all right? And it takes about 5 minutes for it to set up, and then it takes another additional 24 hours to really set and be beautiful. You don't, remember, for these ones, it's a little dab will do ya. You don't need a ton because it will stick. The same with the crystals. You're going to want to put those also, put some Loctite glue on those, just because then they don't fall and you don't want them to break. So there you go. So he's got, I believe it's a rectangle and a heart. Cannot wait for those to come in because I'm already thinking Christmas for those. Those would be great, great gifts, especially because they come in a gorgeous gift box. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. He's got those coming. So there you go. And these come in a little gift box as well. I mean, look at those. That's stunning. So what you can do is, like I said, leave it in here if you do it as an ornament as well. Just kind of circle your ribbon in and just kind of put it in that spot. You know, still use your gift box. I mean, don't throw it away. Let's see. So that's one idea. So there, we touched upon that so that I can get that out of the way. Let's touch upon another thing. So Amy, in her live on Wednesday, she talked about these things. I personally call them a cutting board. You call them a cow tag. Somebody called them a pizza slate, which that would be really cool. Anyway, so she has all these wonderful shapes. No, I don't own every one of them, but I do have a lot. So here's the camper trailer, the Maltese cross, the Star of Life. There's a couple different ones of the puzzle pieces. This is the one that I have. There's also the graduation one, and of course the bear. Now, again, here's my think outside the box moment. I'm not going to use these as keychains or hang these on the wall. This would also be another great Christmas ornament idea. Because again, these are the perfect size. So think of all the amazing things that you can do for these. Maybe you've got the camper person in your life, or you have some military, or not military, you have fire and EMS. Those would make great Christmas ornaments. So just really think outside the box. A lot of people do a woodland theme, and the bears that have the no holes on the bottom, remember, it's the bears with the no holes, would have a great, this would be a great ornament. Put a little bit of a ribbon on it, and there you go. And you could put kids' names on it, because you know, that woodland theme is actually a very big theme, believe it or not. So not only keychains. So look at your keychains. I know they're keychains, I get that, but maybe you need to repurpose those keychains, especially if they're not selling. So let's get into that. I talked about the fact that we could do keychains as a fundraiser. See, fundraisers don't have to necessarily be about apparel. You could do vinyl decal fundraisers, you can do keychain fundraisers, and that's how you can actually make different, make a little bang for your buck. You could do different styles, but keep it simple, stupid. You know that old saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. All right. Or as we say it in my house, keep it simple, silly. All right. So that's what you want to do. All right. Keep it simple, offer just a couple of different types, not a bazillion designs, but maybe it's a design that is themed to whatever that fundraiser is. So if it's a school, if it's a club, if it's a church, whatever it may be, theme it toward their stuff. Okay. So that's how you can do fundraisers. I mean, they can be very simple. You don't always have to do apparel. Keep that in mind. There are so many things that we offer that you can actually put in there. And MDF products are really cool to have, especially because they're quick, easy, and you can just keep right on moving. You can market them as a keychain. You could have a little box that says keychain, ornament. Now all that does is it tells you, are you putting on the keychain stuff, or are you going to put on a ribbon for it to be an ornament? Now you've allowed versatility for that fundraiser. So keep that part in mind. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Stan. Oh, baby mobile. That's a good one too. Different things that you can use them for, honestly. So many outside the box things. You don't have to look at something and think, oh, it's only a keychain. Doesn't always have to be. Another thing that is great that I'm going to be using these for is this one, and she has a different one. But this one, I'm using it as a tag for a Christmas present. I know, I said that word again. But this would be a great gift tag for somebody as well, and then it turns into an ornament. So you can definitely put the to from on the back and put a gorgeous design, and now they can hang it on their tree. I love those kind of things. It adds another layer and another gift idea to your package. When you're doing fundraisers, or we're going to start talking about vendor fairs, that when you start signing up for vendor fairs, a lot of times they ask you for a gift for their grab bag, for their Chinese auction, whatever it may be. This would be a great, beautiful ornament idea or a tag idea for your bag or your box or whatever you're putting it in, and then put your business stuff on the back. But they can still use it as a gorgeous ornament. It just kind of tells them who gave it to them. So this is also a great idea. This is great for promotional stuff. Again, you see how I could run with this and we could keep right on going, all based on a keychain, on a cow tag, or a cutting board. It's a cutting board. It's not a cow tag. We don't use cow tags up here. It's a cutting board. Right. They are great. I mean, she just said they're great for wedding giveaways. This would be a great thing from a bride and a groom. There you go, as favors, shower gifts. You could do, shower gifts and wedding gifts and 50th birthday parties. See where it all just spun right out of control? All because of a keychain. That's the same even with Stan's crystal keychains, okay? These would be the most elegant wedding favors I've ever seen. And if you put some sort of very simple design on them, turn it into an ornament. They can even have it as a keychain, but turn it into the ornament. This would make a stunning, absolutely stunning wedding gift idea. So this is a more higher classy, wedding-ish kind of thing. I'm not saying it's not. These are great for those country rustic weddings. It now allows you a lot of versatility. So there's that. I could go on all day about these key tags and these. I missed it. Who sells them? Hellbound sells all of our MDF type stuff, mostly. I mean, Stan has some, but Amy has a lot of these. She has a lot of these in different shapes, and maybe you want to come up with a custom shape. She's always down for coming up with some custom shape, especially if it's one she doesn't have. So keep this in mind. All right. Stan has the crystal ones, the really pretty crystal ones. So he has those. So you have Hailbound for a lot of your MDF stuff and custom stuff. And then you have Coney Island, who has the crystals. He's got the crystal hearts, stands that you can do, like my iceberg one I had posted about in the group. And he has a rectangle one coming. So again, a lot of versatility and a lot of great ideas starting to come out of the Hailbound Coney Island deal, especially because I know it's May. Okay. But truth be told, I've already started doing Christmas designs. I started them about a month and a half ago. And you think I'm plumb crazy. But you see, here's the thing. We have Christmas in July coming, and I've already started signing up for vendor fairs. Why? Because you have to. You have to be a few months ahead of the game. If you're signing up for vendor fairs in September, you really need, and we'll talk about that more over the summer, about signing up for vendor fairs, what you need to prepare for, because our busy season in the sublimation world, really, for the more crafter side, is September through December. Okay, let's be honest. Right now you have some, not major holidays, but some holidays, and now we're about to enter into what they call a lull. Unless you're out there hustling and you're getting sports teams and you're getting all these different fundraiser type places that are doing runs and 5Ks and whatnot, your business is going to start to slow down. Yes, we have Memorial Day. Yes, we have 4th of July. But this is a perfect and prime opportunity, moving on to our next topic, to take that time when you're slowing down, take inventory, figure out what you want to do for the holidays that are coming. This is a great time to learn. Again, Corel, Photoshop, this is a perfect time when there's a lull in business. Basically, put yourself back in school. Put yourself back in school for a few months. Press things that you haven't pressed before. Work on your craft in a slow period. There's something to be said when you are slow, because it allows for you to, one, take a breather, and two, revamp why you do what you do. What you'd like to offer, start networking. It allows you to get out there. It allows you to do what you want to do. Now, somebody had posted in the group of what's profitable when it comes to the sublimation, one-offs or getting something that's a constant client, or is it doing wholesale and retail? This is what I have to say, okay? You want a little bit of everything. You want that repeat client. You want to be doing boutiques. You want to be doing different small businesses, but you never want to turn away a one-off, because that one-off someday can turn into something more, okay? You never want to turn that away. Don't turn away business out of fear. It just means it's there to challenge you. So is it profitable? Yes, I make more on one t-shirt than I do if I have a group t-shirt. Why? Because you tend to give bulk discounts and whatnot. So I can make a lot more on one than I can if I have somebody order 200 of them. So keep that part in mind. I make a little bit less on those. But you offer bulk discounts. Why? Because then they're a repeat customer. I know it's not everybody's philosophy, so please understand that my business model is completely different than everybody else's business model, and I wouldn't expect them to be the same. What I do for me, not necessarily going to work for you, okay? But for me, I have pet stores, I have local soap makers, I have local brew companies. They're all my resale clients who have come in and they order their stuff from me, but I'm now their vendor, okay? I also have my physicals business where it's for walks and 5Ks and churches. I have those people. I have people who come in and say, I just need a birthday shirt and a tutu. So I have those. I do my baby gift sets. You really want to be a very well-rounded business to be successful. So that is my little plug. That's how I've been successful. I run a small business. I'm nothing huge. I do a lot of this all on my own. I have my children who come in and help, and I have people who come in and help me when I have large orders so we can bang them out quickly. But also, that being said, don't be afraid to farm things out. There are some things I like to do, and I like to do them because I like to do them. But there are some things, for instance, if I want to do a sticker decal fundraiser, I'm going to farm out those sticker decals. I'm not going to do them. I'm going to farm those out to people like Marvin and to Todd, who could print them off far faster than I could possibly ever dream of. So it's okay to do that as well. So keep that all in mind too. It's a huge undertaking, but it doesn't mean it has to bury you alive either. So I'm going to take a brief break in this holy let's throw a lot at you and read some comments and questions and see what you guys have going on, because that was a lot of information, and we'll backtrack a little. So hold your horses. All right. Hi, Claire, and Patricia, and Casey, and Nicole. That'd be great. Let's see, where are we at? Christmas stuff is great for memorials. That's a definite thing. My 1 cup order turned into a 100 cup order 6 months later. Congrats, Casey. See, it does. See, for me, when I'm doing businesses and I'm introducing myself to someone else, I like to go in with some sort of cool 11-ounce mug. Normally I sell only 15 ounce, but my 11-ounce mugs are ones that I use for vendor fairs and my giveaways, to raffling off. Walking into a new business, I give them a coffee mug. Why? Because it's kind of just something that they use. And it can turn into other things. Real estate agents love coffee mugs, I have to tell you, but they're at least expensive. Again, you can give them some keychains, because why? Because keychains are something that they can give away to a new client, a potential new client for them. So you want to show them some other things that they can do, and making a little gift basket out of a mug and putting some things that are very inexpensive is a great promotional. You get to write that off on your taxes, by the way. Great promotional thing. And I do that with a lot of new businesses, especially new businesses. It's like a welcome package. Hey, this is who I am. You know, I can handle your printing needs and t-shirts and goodies and more, and you know, that kind of thing. So that's a great thing. So one-offs, never turn away a one-off. Ever turn away a one-off, because you never know where it's going to lead. For me, I had a one-off that turned into a wedding. So, you know, I've been a wedding planner for 20 years. So that turned into something far bigger than anything else. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day for those who all missed it. I hope you guys enjoyed your day, and thank you for sharing your evening with me. People kept telling me to take today off from the SAS, and truth be told, I love doing this gig. So you asked me what I wanted to do to make me happy. I wanted to do this. Why? Because it makes me happy. So there you go. I like spending my time with all of you, answering questions, teaching you. It's what I do. So there you go. Oh yeah, totally, Patricia, totally use them as an ornament. So now we're going to move into a different realm. I have lots to talk to you about. We're going to do some pressing. So Amy's going to order in some, you know that she is known for her linen products, okay? And she is getting in linen coasters. Let's have the coaster question, because that is probably one of the most questions I get asked is, what is my favorite coaster? Okay, so here we go. I have different favorites for different reasons. So Stan has a neoprene one. I don't know if he's got any in stock. If not, I know he's getting them in stock, but he has a neoprene one. I use those for my promotionals and giveaways. They are perfect for that. They're pennies on the dollar, and his I can get a ton of, so they're great for, you know, promos and everything that is my go-to. All right. Stan also has a glass ornament, has a glass coaster. I pressed those in a bazillion sasses ago. Those are great for 50th wedding anniversaries. Those are great for weddings. Those are great for those kind of things. Why? Because they're, like I said, a little more classy. Maybe not so much everyday use, but let me tell you, I use, you know, you can use a lot of them for weddings. I've have brides that will order them, and now that I can print them myself, they'll order them through me. But before, they were ordering them online, these glass ones. They're stunning. They print absolutely breathtaking. So those are a great coaster for the fancier events in your life. Now, I have car coasters I like. We all know where we get car coasters. I like the sandstone ones for my car coasters. Why? Because those coasters just absorb the water for my car. Okay? Again, I have different reasons for different things. Moving on to Amy's. These are great everyday use, and here's why. I can throw these bad boys right in the wash machine. That is right. So if these get grungy, they're fabric, they're double-sided. There's two pieces here. So these would be great for your everyday use type of coaster. They're perfect. You know, if I'm dropping it, it's not breaking. All right, I can throw it in the wash machine, it gets grungy. They absorb the water. There you go. So these are a great everyday use. There's my answer on all the coasters I like. And I'm very particular. Everybody knows I'm a quality snob. Stands are for his neoprene. Those ones are for my giveaways and my prop and all of that type of stuff. And they are my go-to. His glass ones are made for weddings and 50th birthday parties or anniversaries, anything like that. Those, hands down, I'll pick those. I have my sandstone ones that I use for my cars, and I'm going to be using these because she's going to order these now. The linen ones, we're going to press these so you can see how they press. I have 2 different designs I'm going to press. I love them. I love the linen. They kind of have a soft feel to them. So there is my 4 top coasters. Yes, 4 that I use and why I use them. And they're used for variety of different things. And why I use them for that. They're my go-tos. You got to start having a list of go-tos, by the way, people. Have a list of go-tos that you just love yourself. You cannot sell a product unless you love it yourself. That is very true to form. So what I'm going to do is I've got my heat press up. I'm going to lint roll real quick. We're going to put them on the heat press. So let me give you a quick look-see. So they are the linen. So there you go. There's lots of texture. I love the washability of these. I mean, that is definitely, right, Melanie? Total washability on these. And they're not going to break. So that's my other thing too. And the only reason I'm saying that is because if you've got little ones and you want to use coasters, yeah. You want to hear another think outside the box moment? You're going to love this one. So I plan on taking one and putting those little ribbon loops around it because then it's for a little kid to use. So they use it's a tug thing. I'll show you that at a later date. I'm also going to take them once I get a bunch of these and I'm going to create a box. Again, my brain, I only have 2, so you can imagine what my brain turned into. I'm going to sew them together and make a quilt. I'm going to put another 2, and it's a great centerpiece for a dining room table because I can sublimate each individual one. So I've been thinking outside the box of what else I could use these already, and I haven't even, I only got 2. So there you go. Let's see. That's what I'm thinking. Hold on, Melanie. Oh, yeah. Her nails are always gorgeous. Thank you. They're sparkly today. Sparkly. They are absolutely sparkly. I always have my nails done. That's what I do. Okay. So here are the designs. I have I'm going to totally get probably yelled at for this. I have a Reed Drummond kitchen. Okay. That's my kitchen. I have a Pioneer Woman kitchen. So my coaster is going in there. So I have this one. And then this one is actually, I took this frame from Ashley Dodd's Apple store, which is currently on sale, I believe. I took her frame and I made it into a square. Okay, so it's her design. This is actually her family board design. Started out as a rectangle and I moved it into a square. Okay, just by resizing it. So it's a 4.5 by 4.5 because these are just slightly over 4 1/4. And then I put an A on it. Why? Because my last name starts with an A. Why else would you? So we're going to press that real quick. I'm going to tape them. I could totally have put them, and I'll show you to you. You don't need to see me tape. You all know how to tape. You all know how to tape, okay? I'm really excited to see how Ashley's turns out on these because it does have a lot of texture and shadows. So I'm kind of anxious to see how hers turns out. I know that the top one is going to turn out pretty well just because of all the vibrant colors, but you know, I'm anxious to see what Ashley's going to turn out because I have a feeling I am about to make a bunch of these for my own clients once they see them because I live in the country and that's just what we do. So I'm going to put this on the heat press. I have the heat press. My go-to is $3.85 for 65, and you're welcome. All right, it's on there. Let's see what it does. I'm going to tell you, it probably presses perfectly because it's the same type of linen that she uses for her tote bags, for her oven mitts and pot holders. So I'm going to tell you, it probably takes the color absolutely amazing. Like I said, with Ashley's design, I'm curious because there's so many different variables in her design. I want to see how the fabric takes on that chicken wire look. So I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest with you. Amy's actually going to be ordering those. I actually talked to her before I brought those up. I'm like, can we order these? She goes, yes, I'll order them. So she is ordering them. They're not on her site just yet. So keep that in mind. She will be ordering those. I'll let you guys know, or she'll let you guys know when they're in. So $385 for 60. It's always the one. That's my go-to. And then I move it from there, the $385, $65, depending on what it is I'm pressing. So that is my go-to. All right. This is hot. Oh my God, Becky. Oh, Ashley. Oh my God, I can't wait you guys to see these. Oh my God. I suppose you want to see them, right? Like, maybe. If you know what, I'll show you if you give me a bunch of hearts right now. I ain't gonna show you. Hearts. I want lots of hearts. Show them. I'll show them to you if you give me hearts. That's not enough hearts. You guys are slacking in the heart department. Oh, there we go. All right. Can you do both sides? You can do both sides. Isn't that amazing? So you could do holidays on both sides. Christmas on one side, Thanksgiving on another. You can do a solid design on one side and do a monogram on the other. Really. Hi, Billy. Everybody say hi to Billy.
Hi, Billy.
Kevin says hi, Billy. Billy is one of our new mods. All right. I'll stop. Ready? So this is the Aparikium design from Ashley Dodd. Check that out. That subbed amazing. I mean, if you look at that and that, I mean, seriously, people, look at that. Wintry name on one side, scheduled events on the second side, right? I mean, you can even see all the detailing in the wood that's behind there. That is so awesome. Amy, I'm loving these. Okay. And then, check out that. Holy color. I am so in love with her linen stuff. I mean, it's just, she needs to get on ordering these. Amy, look at that. Holy gorgeous. I mean, really. So yes, you can do the back side, but that color is absolutely rich. You cannot, I mean, that linen, holy Moses, Batman, that took on that color great. I can't. There you go, Aim. Proof's in the pudding. So, absolutely love these. I have been dying to do this. So she's going to be ordering those. She'll let us know when they're coming in. Hi, Daryl. Daryl finally is catching one of my lives. I don't know if that's good or not. And my face might turn 40 shades of red because Daryl's not watching. And he gets to deal with my craziness. Let me see. Would you do both sides at a time? No, I do one at a time. I probably do one at a time. Just because these are thick. So I would do one at a time. It kind of reminds you of like a placemat. So I would do one side at a time. But honestly, you can't beat the color on these. I mean, the paper, just to show you guys. I mean, look. There is nothing really left on this paper. So those coasters took on every bit of ink it was allowed to offer. All right, press both sides of the same. Oh, you wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. So next up, Stan has his t-shirts. I'm going to press one of the raglans. Here's what I'm going to say about the sizing on the raglans and on the V-necks and the crew necks. So the raglan looks like this. All right, I'm going to press this live. I'm going to put this on so you can see it in the image on it. It's absolutely stunning. This is the adult one. It is a 2X. I'm not changing into it right now. But there's that. Now, please, when you're ordering, pay attention to the measurements chart. Okay? For those who have no idea what that means, you can't just look at small, medium, large, extra large, and 2X. And that's what I did. Sizes vary depending on brand. Okay, keep that in mind. So, and if you do a lot of t-shirts, you'll know different brands cause for different sizing. So make sure that you measure. So if it says that it's 21 inches, it's 21 inches from here to here. Okay, so when you're measuring yourself, all right, you're measuring from here to here, and then you double it. And that lets you know if you're supposed to. So I think his 2XL is a 42. So before you start selling those, make sure that people see your size chart. Always give them the size chart when they're ordering these t-shirts, okay? Because they do run a little bit small. Just make sure you have that size chart, okay? I'm a goofball. Yeah, I didn't read the fine print, and I should have because I know better. So there you go, learn from my mistakes. So keep that part in mind. They are super thick. I can't say super thick, but let me tell you, they're just like his onesie, or his bodysuit. Sorry, I can't call it onesie. His bodysuit, they're thick like cotton, so you're not seeing through them. They sub absolutely gorgeous. As you guys have seen the raglan that I did with the unicorn, same material in the center. It's 100% polyester. So these, he has a women's cut and a men's cut. Just again, make sure you pay attention to the size chart, not the small, medium, large, extra large, because it's the same size chart for those who use Next Level. Next Level, if you know, runs small. The Next Level shirts run small. So you have to pay attention to the measurements charts for around here and length. Keep that in mind when you're ordering shirts. All a part of the nature of the beast, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to press this raglan. All right. I'm not going to move my camera right just a second. I am going to do my lint roll, though. So far, are we good? Any questions? Make sure you get it all there. That is true. Stephanie says, and usually if they come from China, they're about 2 sizes too small. So you just want to make sure you have that correctly. You don't want your client to getting totally ticked off at you because it didn't work, or you ordered the right one. You send that measurement chart to your client. Say, this is the measurement chart that comes with this particular shirt. I do it with all my shirts. Any shirt that I have, no matter what brand, whether it's Gildan, whether it's Augusta Sports brands, whether it's Badger, I send them that measurements chart so that they can figure it out for themselves, so that I'm not doing it for them. And I didn't even take my own darn advice, if that makes you feel any better. Because I told them this, I don't. So, always keep that in mind, okay? Do I put paper in between these? No. No, I do not. I have lint rolled. It is all lint rolled. I don't put paper in between because you know why? It's a thick shirt. I don't have to worry about it seeping through. I love that thought. So I'm going to show you what the design is. I'm going to get this all set and ready. So the design I'm working with is one that I have on my Love design. It's a military design. It says wife. Why? Because I'm a military wife. So I want a military design for my upcoming Memorial Day shirt. I'm going to be wearing the raglan for my shirt. So that's what I'm doing. So we'll get that on the heat press. We'll talk about some other things that stand while that's cooking away and doing its thing. Let me loosen this up because this is going to be tight. Give me 1 second. There we go. We got Big Daddy working tonight. All right. Which means it's hot in this shop. Because Big Daddy, Daryl, for those who don't know, because Daryl doesn't know, Big Daddy is my heat press. Just so you know. I'm going to catch flack for that later. The toddler shirts do seem, it's so weird. Shirt sizes, no matter, women's sizes are the ones that are probably the hardest. Okay, that's a unisex. His raglans are a unisex design or sizing. So that of course they're going to fit differently. But as for women's, ladies, let's be real and honest. None of our clothes is true. I mean, I'm a large girl, but depending on what it is, I might wear an extra large or I might wear a 2X. Sometimes I might wear a large. It just depends on the brand. And it's insane. And now they've added, oh, you're a size 1, 2, 3, or 4. Really? Come on, just have the same sizing for everything. I think it should be standard, to be honest with you. All right. Yes, I snapped my clothing. Judge later. All right. And there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, the coloring is just stunning. Stunning. Can y'all see that? I knew that was coming, Daryl. I saw that coming like a freight train that I couldn't stop. Snap it, girl. Right? All right. Let me get this in here. Why snap? I agree. The Bella Canvas are probably the worst for me to try to find sizing, especially if you're a plus size woman. I have to tell you, plus size women, we get crap for when it comes to sizing, and it's horrible. So you asked me why I snap it, because what happens is when you put your heat press on it, for me, what I found is your heat press causes a dent in the fibers. We've had this conversation before. So it causes a dent in the fibers, all right? You can rub paper on if you have press marks on your shirt, because what happens is when you have these fibers and you put a heat press on it, I can't even show you. What it does is it causes those fibers to go like this. It creates a dent or a crease. If you rub white paper on those lines, or you snap it and or both, what happens is you cause those fibers to kind of pop back up because they've been dented. Okay, so you want to bring those fibers back up. So I snap mine always when I take it off the heat press. All right, and then what you do is you go in with, like I said, I don't have a white piece of paper right here, I'd show you. You go in with a white piece of paper. Let me get you guys a little bit closer. Okay. Hold on. Lowering. We're not high tech here. We know that. Not my first rodeo. Okay. So what you would do is you would take... No, this is not white paper, just so you know. You just go like this. And you want to get those wrinkles out. So I snap it. I get those fibers to get back up to where they need to be. And then I go through and I will push on these. This is a trick that Amy taught me, to be completely honest with you. It's not even a trick that I knew. That was an Amy trick. So there you go. There's the design. The ground floor. Hardware. First stop, hardware. You know, because we've got to be funny around here. Daryl's gonna learn. Billy knows. I don't think this season. Oh, I don't know what he's answering. There. Pretty, right? I mean, look at that. This is a navy blue raglan. So it fits perfectly with my theme. Here. Hold on one second. This will be funny as heck when you guys see this one. All right, ready? Move it back. Move it up. Ready? Your placement is good. Oh, you just have to work on it. Ready? There you go. There you go. This is a 2XL. It's a 3/4 sleeve, which this is where I would wear it. And there you go. So this is how this one fits. Remember, it is 100% polyester here. Cotton here, has great stretch up here. So it does have a, you know, I'm a busty big girl. There's just no way getting around this. But there you go. So this is what it looks like on. There you go. That's right. Magic of television. I changed. Look good? You guys missed me. This is a 2XL unisex raglan. So keep that in mind. Unisex is basically men's sizing. It's the best way to describe it. So this is his 2XL shirt. And it's comfortable. Like, I'm not dying in it. Okay? I will wear this wherever I go. So there you go. This is the shirt. And I love the way it's subbed. It's seriously beautiful color. Beautiful color. Thank you. All right. So I'm not going to be a quick change artist. We're going to just keep right on going. All right. So, a couple other things from Stan before we get to what I did to Amy's flag. What did I do to Amy's flag? So Stan's got another sequin. Sequin alert. Right? Oh, I should probably put it in the right direction, right? So let's talk about this one. Yeah, it's upside down again. Oh, I can't win. So this one is a peach. Here's what I love about this peach colored one. All right. It's not in your face sparkly. So it's still a sequin pillow that literally goes to white. Okay. This is gorgeous. I really love the peach. I wasn't sure when he showed it to me, and you have to understand, Stan shows me a lot of products, and I sometimes give him this look. And he goes, trust me! All right. Okay, buddy. Here's where I get to say he was right. Yet again, write it on the calendar. That's probably 2 weeks in a row that I've said Stan's right. All right. So there you go. It's a really pretty peach. So it's subtle. It's not an in-your-face peach. It's not super like, I mean, yes, it's your sequin. Sequin's sparkly. But you know how you have the hot pink? It has that glittery sparkle. This one doesn't. I mean, it's still sparkly. Don't get me wrong. But it's just a different kind of sparkle, to call it something. And it's just very understated, and I love it. I love the simplicity of it. Same, you know, has that same little fuzzy backing that it has on it. So this is a new sequin color. For somebody who doesn't want an in-your-face color, that would be, it's just beautiful with florals. Can you imagine the peach and gray floral you can put on that with a beautiful monogram? I have one that I did, and I think that peach design would look absolutely breathtaking on this pillow. I did it on a rose gold, so I can only imagine what it would look like on this peach. Sorry. You gotta put it back in the protective bag. I'm sorry, people. There you go. In its little protective bag. Okay. Next up. Da, 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 da. So Stan got in those grill mitts. These are the ones that are the neoprene. These are the ones that I am designing for Father's Day. I already have a couple designs. I have a couple more coming, obviously. These, and they match an apron design that Amy sells the apron. So she has the linen apron. So you can only imagine the color that's going to come on those because they're part of her linen line. Then you have the grill mitt. And we're going to press the fish design that I did on this. So lint roll, lint roll, lint roll. All right. Just because neoprene can have a lot of little fibers that you just don't see. That's with anything that's fabric, by the way. And for some reason, it turns blue when it's superheated. And then that causes a problem. So, why lint turns blue, I have no idea, but you can't see it. So you want to literally go in both directions and make sure you get it correct. Now, what I'm going to do is use I don't use Pro Spray. I use Loctite. Spray adhesive repositional spray. So, awesome. All right. Mod is on. We're going to line him up. Make sure he's lined up 100%. I always never know which side to start with. That's just amazing that I never know. I gotta fix that. Okay. Sorry, talk to myself here. When you line things up, do you ever find when you're lining things up, you talk to yourself? You're like, yeah, no, that's good, that's awesome. And you're like, no one cares but you. Okay? Why we feel the need to talk it out? We talk it out. I smooth it after I use my repositional spray. All right, I'll sit there and I'll smooth it out. So we're gonna get this on the heat press. And you really want to, give me 1 second. Where's my, gotta get my paper before I get started here. Okay, so what you really want to do is one, have your protective paper. Right now I'm just fixing it for the design part of it. Whoops. It came loose. Give me 1 second. When I threw it on there, I did it. Because I'm crazy. I'm going to give it a little tape. Just to hold it down. Okay. Butcher paper. Alright. Fancy dancy design. Okay. Butcher paper me again, friend. You'll now have your burrito. Because everybody needs a burrito. Okay. I'm going to loosen him up just a little because he's a little tight. And there we go. While that's cooking, because you don't need to see it cook. So far, are we good? It almost looks nude on color. It's a peach. It's a really pretty peach. And I'm sorry, but it's really dark in my shop right now because it's nighttime. Is there a way to get out the center crease out? The center crease on what, Daryl? I don't know what are you talking about the thumb part? The crease on the thumb of the mitt? There is none on his. I did a tutorial on Amy's on how to get that thumb crease out, if that's what you're talking about. But on Stan's, there is no crease. It's perfectly flat. If that's what you're asking. Most welcome. Oh, the center crease of the pillow? Yeah, I pre-press it. I'll pre-press it so it warms up those sequins. I'll pre-press it. I'll bring it back over, flip it to where it needs to be, pre-press it again, flip it where it needs to be, and then put the image on. I do a couple pre-pressings, especially if there is a crease, but for the most part, I never have a problem. Ooh. Slight line up issue because it moved. But, holy God, neoprene's hot. Just need to tell ya. Neoprene is hot. So, I have this nice metal table, and it helps with cooling things down, okay? So, hot. These suckers are hot, man. Yeah, try that, Daryl. I've done enough of them. There you go. Cool, right? I can show you right now how I do that. The crease on the sequin pillow, by the way. So there's the design. Let me pull it out. I don't mind. We've got a few minutes here to show you what I do. All right. So I'm not going to move the camera. All right. What I do is get it all in one direction so that it lays flat. Sometimes it needs 2 pressings, sometimes it needs 1. All right, get this all so where it needs to be. Really do your due diligence, get these all folded over. And you're like, well, why? Because this crease that you're talking about sometimes lays differently in one direction than the other. So if you're trying to get the crease out, you might want to just look and see. I've never had a problem, to be completely honest with you. So you just get this all flipped. Sometimes a little prep work never hurts anybody. Okay. So we're talking, what Daryl's asking about is this crease. I'm going to get this a little closer. And a little lower. You see that crease? That's what Daryl's talking about. He's talking about how do we get that out? All right, so this is his question. How does this come out? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over to my heat press and I'm going to give it a quick press. We'll see if it takes it out on the first pre-press. If not, what I'll do is I'll flip it in the other direction and give it another quick pre-press. So give me 1 second. And for the most part, it does come out. You give it a nice heavy pressure. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here's press number 1. And I probably just need to tighten up my press just a little, but you could start to see where it's flattening it out. Does that help, Daryl? I hope. Is that better? See, it does come out when you pre-press it. But if I, because I can still see a little bit of a line, I will go like this, right? And I'll pre-press it in the other direction. Because again, your sequins move when you're pre-pressing. Doing a little, especially some, and I don't have to do it with all of them. All right, it just depends on what I've ordered, how much I've ordered, what's in the box, how long I've left it in the sleeve. I mean, really. All right, so there's that. So there's still slightly a different line. Now watch though, and here's why too. These sequins all get out of whack. Let's give it a quick another pre-press. Tighten this down just a touch, because it did have the neoprene. So I might need to give it a little bit more love. Give it a quick pre-press, and that should be fine. I think, honestly, Daryl, I think it'll be absolutely fine. You just got to make sure you give your pre-press on these. I give it a 10-second pre-press. Yeah. So, 10-second pre-press. Hot tamales, Batman. And there you go. Much better. Does that help you? I hope. Yay! And some of them I do, and some of them I don't. Like I said, some I have to pre-press twice, some I don't. It just depends on, you gotta remember, coming in, you know that. They come in from all over the place. So, that's how that goes. And there we go. Okay. Good. I'm glad it helped. I taught Daryl something new. Kind of just appeases me right now. All right. Next up. I'm so excited to show you this, because Amy's going to kill me. Okay. So I got very excited last night. As I've said a bazillion times, I'm a quality snob, and the best garden flags on the planet come from Halebound. Now, I only buy her single-sided. Everybody's like, is that a double-sided? No, Nikki decided to go, hey, what the heck? Why don't we see if she can sub both sides? I did, and we're going to do it tonight. That's right. So, here's my disclaimer. All right, and I will post the pictures that I did. I did my little teaser last night. If you're going to do words, I do words on one side, and I do something plain, but with the design, no words on the back. I'm going to show you I have that design. I'll show you what I mean by that. The reason being is because your words are backwards on the back. But maybe you just want a nice pretty design instead of it being white. All right, so the front side you mirror, the back side you don't. Here you go. Front, back. So if you want words on the back, you gotta get her double-sided ones. You absolutely have to get her double-sided ones because the words will just not work on the back of these, okay? They are not. I line this up. I'm going to show you how to line it up. I'm going to show you how to make a flag burrito sandwich, and it's the best way. I literally pressed last night 8 different flags because I was giving some to my mother-in-law for Mother's Day, and I needed to test this out. I needed to press it once and then press it again, you know, on a different sheet. Do you flip it? What was the best possible way to do this so that this doesn't move? And I'm gonna show you how to do it. I have to tell you, I'm in love. You'll want to use heavy pressure on these, and I mean heavy pressure if you're gonna do the two-sided, because, and here's why, because you really, with this being this crease here, you really want to get down into that crease. But I mean, look, the fact that I can do both sides, now that just helps. I won't put words on the back. I will only put words on the front because it's the back. But at least I can have a nice finished look without having it white. If you want words on the back, definitely get the two-sided. All right. So smart on the no marrying. I almost made that mistake. I was going to put the word welcome on the front and the back, and then I realized that the word welcome would have been backwards on the back. And I went, well, you dummy. It just didn't line up. Okay, so we're going to get down in the nitty-gritty and what I did. And what I suggest is the best possible solution for this. Okay? Squish the heck out of it. You love that term, Jody. Jody loves when I squish the heck out of it. All right. So, here's what I did. Here's my design. Okay, I made this tonight. It's going in my house. Ready for Memorial Day. That's what you want. Okay? So, you want this. You want words on one side. If you know there's no words on the other, but I'm going to have a gorgeous design on the back. Okay? So, I love the fact that I'm going to do this. Now, what I did, all right, here's what I did. I go like this, and I taped it here and here, okay, all the way down, okay, again, because you're making a burrito sandwich. I'm going to go over, all right, I'm going to spray both sides, all right, you got to spray both sides, and this is where you want to use your Pro Spray. I'm also going to use tape. I'm going to show you that too. Let me get an Amy flag. I need to go do a quick pre-press. Hold on. You have to pre-press our flags, people, because when they ship, they can crinkle. You need a good pre-press. I don't want to find out you didn't pre-press it because it does stretch out your flag a little bit. Okay? It flattens it out, so it makes it a little bit bigger. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do some spray on that on both sides of the paper. Don't mind the trash look. I'm so sorry, people. But if you want to see what I'm doing, let's be real. Okay? So, over your garbage, I do a squirt. Flip. Okay. That's it. Okay? That's it in a nutshell for that. Now, open it up. Okay? Now, here's what you have to pay attention to what your front and your back is, by the way. So this is my back. So I want this to lay, what is under here? Sorry. I want this to lay flat. Just because of all my stuff that's on the table. Okay. So that's my back. I want to make sure that this is all lined up. Now, you're going to ask why I do this next step, and the answer is I have no idea. I just have it in my head that this makes it a little bit more stable. So there's these little holes that you put the rod through. I literally will weave a little bit of piece of tape so that it's taped inside that hole. All right, taped inside the hole. I think it's just because I'm afraid it's going to slide when I go to flip this over, my little babito. Okay, so I think that's all that is. I think that my mind says that that's what's going to happen, so I guess that's what happened. And then watch. Now, I know that this guy should be 100% lined up. This is why I do this, because if you do one sheet at a time, you have to remember where you lined it up on your square so that the front and back literally mirror each other. Okay? So for me, I found if we do this and I make myself my little burrito. Must be hungry for burritos because I've said it like 8 times now. I had steak for dinner. What y'all have for dinner? I had steak. My son made me steak and a garden salad with a smoky barbecue balsamic vinaigrette. There we go. So there you go. There's your burrito. So you're going to press one side, press it completely, then take the whole thing, flip it over, and press it again. Okay? And let's get to it. Now, you need to put your protective paper down. Okay? Grab one from the top. Yes, I did lint roll. I lint roll before I pre-pressed, just so you know. Because I have the lint roller next to my press. Always lint roll fabrics. Okay. This. All right. So now it's on the only reason I know the tricks to that is because I tested it out. I needed to test it out before I talked about it because I'm going to get 1,001 questions on how I did it. So that's how I did it. Right now it's pressing. I did a little bit higher heat on it. So I did 395 because there's creases I want to get into. And I did it for 65. So 395 for 65 is how I'm pressing it for the double-sided, which sounds absolutely insane, but that's what I found worked with my particular press. Once that's up, I'm going to take it and literally flip it. I'll show you guys that. Right now it's in this little sandwich burrito. One side has a word on it, one side doesn't, but the design is on both sides. So there you go. I am so not that smart. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you at Texas Roadhouse? Oh, I'm so jealous. You know what Texas Roadhouse doesn't have is brisket. I was very upset. I really wanted brisket the other day. Yep. What? I'm not drinking water. It's actually grape soda. Okay. So, here you have, right? I can see that it works because I can see my image through it. And why you want heavy pressure. Now listen, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to take off this paper. I'm going to get a new piece of paper down because it wrinkles. So I don't want wrinkles. Which side did I do? Okay. So new piece of paper down. Put it back on the press. I can reuse my top sheet. But the bottom sheet is one that wrinkles terribly and I don't know why. But it just does. Make sure it's on my press. And there you go. There you go. And that's how you do it. And I'll show it to you once it comes off the press. Right? Brisket. Yes, I do mine with a 13 by 19 sheet. See, I've started also collecting paper. I have 8.5 by 14 for my little printer. I have 11 by 17, 13 by 19, and 13 by 21 because this chickie's tired of piecing. So I only use my 13 by 21 for my burp cloths, believe it or not. That's all I use it for. So, but the 13 by 19 is the perfect size for Amy's flags. You don't have a lot of waste, obviously, as you can tell. and it's perfect for lining things up, especially if you're going to print off. Remember, you're printing one side off mirrored and one side off not, one side with words, one side without. You're just putting you're making it a finished look. Again, if you want words on the front and the back, you have to use a double-sided because it will not work on the single. Let's see how I did. Oh, I'm kind of nervous. I always get nervous when I open these up. I ain't gonna lie. Especially because I'm teaching it for the first time. Holy hot Mary. Oh. Oh, there's a pressure issue there. I have a pressure issue. I might print it off again. I'll show you, because there is a pressure issue. The back came out perfect. The front didn't, because I'm in goofball. Alright, so here's the back. Although it looks cool what I did on the front, but it's not what it's supposed to be. So, here's the back. And my suggestion is press the back first. And I think that's what I did wrong. I didn't press the back first. So you press the back first, and then you press the front. That was a mistake on my end, and that's something that I learned. Can you even see me? Sorry. So, I pressed the back first. That's what you should do. It came out absolutely gorgeous. Now my front did not come out because I totally screwed up in my own brain and didn't give it enough pressure and whatnot. And I might just do it right now, print it back off again and show you. But now it has a modeled look. Let's take the modeled look out of it. And it does actually press. So we're going to do our due diligence and print that off again. Because we should. Let's see. Control P. Whoops. We're going to print this again because I want to show you guys how I did it. And because I want it right. Give me 1 second. Alright, so let's not mirror the back. We don't mirror the back, but we mirror the front. Because the front has the words. While this prints and gets all ready. Give me 1 second. Alright, so it's printing. I do apologize. That's a me problem. Alright, as you can see, I did do perfectly on the one that I pressed last night, but you know, when it's live, we mess it up. So I'm going to repress it because I really want you guys to see how to do it and how I did it. But honestly, all that pressure issue aside, I mean, that's the back of the flag. So it came out absolutely gorgeous. You can faintly see the word through here. That's why you don't want to have wording on the back, because it's not going to line up. You would put freedom over this way, and then it's going to look weird. But her flags are so incredibly thick that you can do both sides. That's why you have to mirror the back and the front so that when you're turning it, it's the same design and then it lines up. This actually lines up on both sides. It's just that it was a pressure issue on my side. So we're going to redo that one. I'm going to show you how it's done. I do pre-press them. I pre-press them I do it for 15 seconds, and then I'll do a quick pre-press on the back for like 5, so that it adds up to the 20. Make sure that you change your paper and whatnot, but picking that up too, I think where I went wrong is I picked it up, and I didn't do this last night, I picked it up with one hand. You really have to pick it up with both hands and flip. So have your paper ready so you can slide new paper in underneath. So that's what we're going to do. Do my due diligence. It's funny how when you do something that's not live or you have to show a trillion people, that all of a sudden you can do it. But as soon as you have to teach it, it all goes to crap. No, I didn't change the pressure, and I'm sorry that I said that. No, I didn't change the pressure. It's just when you flip it, you want to use 2 hands to flip it so that there's no shifting on the inside. You want to print the back or press the back first because then it gets down deep into those, for me, it gets the ink down deep into those creases, and then when I flip it over, it allows it for another pre-press, so it allows for more ink to get into those creases. I think that's how I can justify it, I guess, in my own head. Whether that's right or wrong, I have no idea. Okay, have my paper. All right, so images together. Line up the corners of my paper and do it like a book. Okay. The reason I don't spray it ahead of time is because knowing my luck, the papers are going to stick together and then it's going to rip and then it's a whole other problem. So, create my book. Flip. Let's add some spray. Okay. We added some spray. All right. What is back here that's driving me absolutely insane? Okay. So you have that. We're going to get another flag. Pre-press lint roll. My blue lint roller. Here, you know what? Because you guys don't think I lint roll. But I do. Flip. Because you're printing both sides. That's the same with your shirts. I noticed that people don't lint roll both sides of their shirts. Hey, Houston. The heat gets to the bottom. So you're going to get blue dots. Give it a quick pre-press. This break is brought to you in part by... Sorry. I'm a wise guy. Okay. Holy hot Toledo. Okay. This is really hot, man. Okay. Remember, I put my little tape in here. Why? I don't know. I just feel like in my head, if it starts to shift because you are using repositionable spray, I feel like it holds it there. We'll just keep telling myself that. Sounds good. Judge later if you want. I really don't care. It's Mother's Day. It does. It stays sticky for a long time. You asked about the Loctite spray. Except when you add heat to it, you know, so. I made my tape just a little bit too tight. Having wine. I wish I was having wine. Dude, I wish I could have wine. Instead, I'm stuck with grape juice soda.
Hey.
There will be wine to be had after. Okay. Take it. I was fixing the tape, by the way. Take it. Line it up. Smooth it out. And now I smooth it out this way towards, all right, because you want these corners, corner to corner to match up. Okay, so make sure when you're taping it, you tape your corner to match. It'll smooth itself out. Okay. All right, where's my back? So this is my back. All right, I've got my paper down. All right, and we've lint rolled, paper down. Now, put it back over on the press. Try this again. Put my protective paper over it. I might need to check my pressure. That might be half the problem because I changed the pressure. You really got to do heavy pressure on this. And that might be half the problem. Is I had changed my pressure when I was doing the neoprene. Maybe I just didn't change it back to enough. Only time will tell if I totally rock this up again. That's what I said, rock. All right. How big is Big Daddy?
4 by 265.
I'm so sorry. Pamela, you asked how big Daddy is, and my husband just said 6'4" and 265. Lord God. Oh.
You're welcome.
So sorry, Big Daddy is a 16 by 20 autoclam from HPN. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. See, Stan gets pure enjoyment. Get out of here. Stan gets pure enjoyment in trying to make my face red, and Kevin doesn't get it very often. And let me tell you, when he does, dear Lord. Oh my goodness gracious. Is that design? No, I actually just made it, Carol. I made it tonight. But it will be. All right, let me flip this. And like I said, you want to use 2 hands to flip. All right, so I flipped it with 2 hands. Have my new paper down. I'm going to make sure it's nice and tight yet again. Make sure it didn't loosen on me. There we go. Nice and tight. I mean, you really want nice, tight pressure for both sides, especially because, again, you have those ridges. You have these ridges you have to contend with on the back side. So that adds a layer of depth. So you really want to push that ink into these creases here, all right? And so that's why I use extremely heavy pressure on these. That's the only reason. I'm glad he gave us no other measurements. Stan's helping you in the tag team event again. He kept it as a G-rated answer. You guys like to really make my face turn like 18 shades of red. It's been a while. It's been a while. Khaki! You guys are horrible. You guys need to drink more wine, apparently. Oh, my word. I'm dying now. You guys are horrible. I'm glad I'm entertaining you all. So bold. I can't even, train of thought gone. Let me see how my blue is. Hold on one second, because I want to see how the blue is, and that's where I'm worried. Yes! And she wins! And she wins! Okay, so yes, heavy pressure, okay? Because you want to get into all those creases and those spaces. Now, I did a dark blue one, and the reason I did a dark blue background is because that way you could see what the creases look like. Because obviously on the baby blue, it hides it really well. Where it doesn't necessarily, dark blue is not very forgiving. The paper that I used in the back does have a mottled look to it. It's a watercolor brush stroke pattern. But ready? Much better. How pretty. I made this design tonight, Carol. I'll put it on the website. So pretty, right? I absolutely love it. It came out stunning. And it's perfect. So I'm really happy with the fact that I can now give my single-sided flags a more finished look. Again, don't put wording on the back. Don't fight with yourself. All right, you notice there's no wording, but this way it gives it a nice finished look to the back of your flag. Whereas I put the front with a word, because when you're putting it on your garden flag, at least this way it's pretty on both sides. It's not just a plain white. And that's what I was trying to figure out. I didn't want just plain white. And who brought that up but my mother? Is it always this plain white on the back? Well, she has a point. So let's double-sided. Amy's got 1 trillion of them. Order those bad boys up if you want words on both sides. If you don't care that you have words on both sides, bonus. Also keep in mind, where your white spots are for the double, you might end up with some shadowing, as I am looking a little bit deeper if it's not lined up 100% perfect. So keep that in mind. White areas in your designs might not be as forgiving. So if you're designing your flags for yourself, you want to make sure, like, it lined up perfect here, it lined up perfect here, but this where it looks like it's slid a little. And I'll show you. I'm not afraid to show you. I'll still use it in my garden flag. I don't really care. But if you're doing this, you see how, I don't even know if you can really tell. It's a little bit of a shadowing right there because of this, where this star is on the back. Okay, so it's not lining up 100% perfect. That's okay too. But it still came out gorgeous. Will you be selling? Yes. Because, you know, when I come up with new brainchild ideas. So the flags that I have currently listed, no, I do not have ones without words on them. I'll have to go back through and revamp the ones, especially if they say welcome or spring. I'd have to go back through and revamp those. But moving forward, I will have in there the file that has one side with words and one side without, so that you can do whatever you want. I personally like to have a file with words. I mean, like I said, this one, I love that it says freedom. So I absolutely love this design when I was sitting and making it. There's some food for thought. This way too, you can also add your own words. I just encourage you. Front side is mirrored, back side is not. Back side does not get words. I'll put it in the group where you can see a couple different flags that I did last night with and without the words on the front and the back, so that you can take a peek and look at those. So there was my think outside the box moment to give my flags a more finished look, because I gotta be honest, Amy's flags are badass. Her super, super thick, and for the fact that I could do this with her flags is absolutely amazing. It just allows a little bit more versatility for the flag. So there you go. There you go. I'm gonna see. I don't have my light on, so you can't even see. But do you guys love it? Do you love the idea? Is my question. Was it a good idea? Bad idea? You need to use. Wait a minute. What are we talking about? Hold on. Okay, for the smaller presses, I got nothing. I would definitely use a board. So if you're going to do the press, your 15 by 15, I would definitely get the board, so that if you're going to do the pre-press, and you know what, waste a flag or two, so that this way it's sitting on your board, so that when you are pressing and lining, remember we draw a line on our paper. We draw a line so we know where to line it up so you're not overlapping. So this is where the board would come in handy for your 15 by 15 to press the larger size flags. Burp cloths, the whole 9 yards. You want to get a smaller board. The boards that I have are, they're 4 by 2 by 4 feet. And I use the bigger one for my blankets, and the little extra piece is for this little guy, and I'll show it to you. Give me 1 second. Let me move everything over. I'll show you what I mean. We're going to do this on a little bit of a reverse side. All right. Let's see. All right, so there's your board. If you're going to use the board for your garden flag, okay, so let's say I'm just using the scrap paper. Always put paper down, okay? So let's say this is your flag. You're going to press it, all right? You're going to get it so that it's underneath your press, right? Okay, adjust your press. I have a clamshell. But you're going to have that top piece of paper, right? Because you have your sandwich, right? You have your sandwich. When you're pressing anything that's larger than your press, draw yourself a line. Why? Because this is where, this is where your press is going to want to sit again, okay? So that you have that mark, okay? So there you go. You press it, all right? You notice I didn't have to pick this up. I'm just sliding this. So sliding this stops me from having that weird sort of gap issue. So then you come in and you just barely hit that line. That line be your guide. Okay? And you just barely will line this up, and you got to get good at it, okay, guys? So you just make sure that before you do it, you line up. That pencil mark is now on that line. So you put your press on the pencil mark. All right, you've created the pencil mark. There's a slight little gap, so you want to put it on. So you've created it on one side. On the second one, you want to put it right on that line, so you're having the least amount of overlap when it comes to this, okay? But if you noticed, so least amount of overlap for that heat press to cause a heat issue, pressure issue. Okay, so this is how you do that. But if you noticed, I never had to move this. This is great for blankets. This is great for burp cloths. It's great for anything. It's, like I said, it's 2 feet wide, so it fits those burp cloths, and all you're doing is sliding. You have more control. You have better quality, especially when you have to fix it. Yes, I have done it on this guy. This is the little guy. And I could probably go through and do it, but you have to test out what you have for your press and see what works. I'd have to do all the adjustments to make sure that this is what it needs to be. I'll probably, because I have a clamshell, in order for this to close, right? So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a couple pieces of paper, cardstock, in under here so that it creates a little bit of a wedge, because this is a clamshell. So remember, clamshells hit here first, and believe it or not, there's a very tiny gap at the top here that creates an uneven pressure. To get through that, you could put something underneath this wood. I use a cardstock and fold it 3 times so that it pushes this up just enough to take out the pressure issues. That's something that I've done with this. That's what you can do. I hope that part helps. Did that help at all? Flag posts. So you can get them at Lowe's, you can get them at Amazon. Some people say the Dollar Tree. I'm just going to order mine on Amazon. Walmart didn't have any, but you could order them through Walmart, but you have to go pick them up or whatever the case may be. They said Target has them because we were looking online for them today, or online for them today. I'm just going to order mine off of Amazon and just make it easier. I'm actually going to look for a wholesale, because I do a lot of flags, and plus I have my Flag of the Month Club people. So because I have that, I'm going to be offering it to have the pole come with your first order. So I'm looking for a wholesale place for me to grab it. So once I find that, I'll let you guys know how that all works when I find one that we can use. Did that help when you're using a clamshell? The board has helped a lot. Amy had showed the board for the mats, for the door mats. Same idea. Anything that's bigger than the bottom platen on your press, or the bottom of your press, to call it something, the board has helped tremendously. My big board for Big Daddy is 33 by 24, so that it almost fits the full blanket. The little piece, and it's just because I had space issues here. That's the only reason why it's 33 by 24. I probably could have left it the same. Well, no, because it's 24, so it still wouldn't fit because the blankets are 30 by 40. And that extra piece I cut off has worked perfectly for the little guy. So I hope that helps. Spell check. Why are we spell checking? What did I spell wrong? Uh-oh. Why is June saying spell check? Love the Flag of the Month Club. I love my Flag of the Month Club. I have to actually order more flags from Amy. I don't know why June is saying spell check, and hopefully she'll answer me, because I'm thinking, what did I spell wrong? Oh, okay, good. Whew, thank you, Cricket. I was like, crap, what did I spell wrong now? I'm forever doing that. All right. So there we go. I hope that was a lot for this SAS. We're going to do a quick rundown of everything, what's coming up, what people have new, what to make sure that you do your due diligence on. I'm going to check the group real quick to see what you guys are asking about. Ask me any questions before I do the rundown, because once I do the rundown, I am signing off. This mama will be done. So ask me questions now, because I'm going to be signing off. How do you promote your Flag of the Month Club? Well, I did a test. I'm doing currently a test run for that. And I marketed it to people who are going to wedding showers. So like I said, I've been in the wedding industry for over 20 years, and I plan weddings. So as a wedding planner, a lot of times people are looking for a unique gift idea. So that was a unique gift idea. So I'm doing it in a test market right now, and it seems to be going really well. And here's what I do. So great for bridal shower gifts. They get it quarterly. So they get, what I do is I email them the 3 designs for, let's say, January, February, March. So you'll get winter scene for January, you'll get Valentine's Day for February, and you'll get St. Patrick's Day for March. Now, they have an option where they can change it out with 2 different flags, okay, if they so choose, or they can order the extra. So what the 2 different flags are, a birthday flag and an anniversary flag, okay? So they can change it out, or they can order them extra, and they get them at a discount, all right, for April, May, and June. So April, I have my spring. My May can either be the Memorial Day or the Mother's Day, and June is the Father's Day and the summer, because July I do the 4th of July one, and then August is another summertime fun one, but that starts heading more towards into the fall. It starts, the colors change, so you have a bright sun fun one for June, and then the August one starts to change. Then you have the definite fall one for September, or back to school. You have October, which is Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. I also always make sure that there's a birthday or an anniversary one that they can change in, or a Memorial Day one, or a memorial one. If they so choose, they can change those out no matter what. They get offered a discount if they order the whole year. They can order 6 months or a year. Like I said, they get mailed out quarterly. Shipping is very inexpensive. I include that into the price of my flag, is the shipping is included. So basically what you're going to ask me is, what do I charge for my flags? Well, for the single-sided, single print currently, because that's what they're going to be getting for this trial period. They're not going to get the double-sided like I just did. That'll be a different price point. It's $13.99, and that includes the shipping. So it's $13.99 per flag. This way it includes the shipping and the packaging and whatnot. So they get that. If they are local and they want to pick them up when I tell them that they're ready, then it drops the price down a little bit for them. So that's how that works. When they're going to be double-sided like that, it'll up the cost of the price, but again, it allows them to figure it out. So again, I'm running a trial run on the month of the club, Flag of the Month Club. So that's how that's working. The very first month, you get the first 3 flags plus the flag holder is what I'm looking to do for the next go around. People sign up 6 months. I have actually my next group signing up in June. I actually already have 4 people who have signed up for that, and they'll do the next 6 months for flags, and they'll get their flagpole. I'm also looking into ones that they can either pick, because I live in the Northeast, maybe they don't want a flag holder for the ground. I'm looking into getting the stuff for the door, so it's a banner holder, so they can change it out for doors. So it doesn't necessarily have to be one you put outside in the ground on those kind of flag stands, but maybe for the door, because again, I live in the Northeast, and I'm sorry I'm not hoofing it out there in December or in January when it's 18 feet of snow outside just to change my flag, but I'll change it on my front door. So that's where my brain is at for that part of it. I hope that helps. Can you show us how to put the wine tumbler in your press, please? Yeah, I've done a couple times, Nicole. I think actually there's a sass about it, but I'll show it to you again. Let's see. Are they personalized with names or generic, and do you offer pictures? For this trial run, yes, they are able to add monograms or last names for this. As for the pictures, that might be something I'm going to offer later in the next, when I actually completely launch it. Like I said, I'm doing a test trial run, and right now I have 8 people in the test trial run that have ordered the flag of the month. So I think, for a first time out, I think that's a great idea. They get emailed. They're all in a group email. They have to email me back what choice, ABC or whatever it is, or I at least tell them, hey, this is what you're getting this month. Do you want the name on it? Some have names, some don't. Depends on my mood. What I want to offer. What I plan on doing, though, is offering so they can see the entire year of what they're getting. That's my plan, because it is a trial run, and luckily it's with people who absolutely love me. So they understand the craziness in my brain, and they know it's a trial run. So I will offer just like a calendar. It'll look just like a calendar. This is what you get. Here are some of the options that you can change out, and that's how it's going to run. Once I get that all set up, I'll show it to you guys in its complete form and how I'm offering it to my clients. So there you go. I think outside the box. That's how I'm also going to run my Bib of the Month Club. This is why I do Sunday mornings. I can talk a lot better. My Bib of the Month Club, great for baby showers. Same idea. They'll get them every 3 months. They'll be able to pick. It'll all be laid out for them to pick. It gets mailed, and that's what you can do too. So you can do a Bib of the Month. You can do a Towel of the Month. You can do because Towel of the Month would actually be cool too. Towel of the Month. There you go. I might be onto something. Towel of the Month, Bib of the Month, Flag of the Month. Or, I do the flag right now. I'm going to be launching my Bib one, but the Towel of the Month one might be cool too. Like the hand towels, because my mom made me a whole set for the year. So that would be a really cool idea too. Whoa! I gotta stop. No, they don't buy their own post. Currently for this one, they did buy their own post, but I'm going to be offering them in the next go around. Flag of the Month. I'd be afraid people wouldn't sign up and then not follow through. Believe it or not, they have to prepay for them. So they have to pay for them 6 months. So they prepay for their entire order. And you, as the person, have already gotten your shipping. You've already got your flag. You can do it as 3 months too. If you want, you could do it, you could do a 3-month plan, a 6-month plan, or a 12-month plan. You can even give them a little bit of a discount if they order the 12-month plan. Maybe they get the holder for free. If they order the 3 and the 6-month, maybe they have to buy the holder, but it's at a discount. Whichever you want to do. Think of those outside of the box moments of how you want to market that, because you want to push them to buy the 12. So they get the holder for free. Are we talking about subscription boxes? We're talking about like member of the Flag of the Month, Todd. Flag of the Month, Bib of the Month, even a Towel of the Month. But I do flag. Right now I'm doing a test pilot program on the Flag of the Month. So right now I have it 6 months and 12 months. I'm really pushing the 12 months. But I might set it up for 3 months too, just for affordability and who you market it to. So that's what I'm talking about right now. I'm about to launch my Bib of the Month Club. So I have that coming. And then I just came up with the idea I could do a Towel of the Month Club. Did that answer your question? So that's how that is. Aprons. You could do an apron. I don't think I want 12 aprons though. You could do an apron of the month club, but I'm not going to want 12 aprons. I was thinking of other things I would want 12 of in a given year. And you got to remember too, it's a great shower gift, wedding shower or baby shower gift or those type of things. Because again, unless people, you're going to have them for a full year. Okay. But after that full year, unless their flags are tattered or worn or whatever, are they going to sign up again for another 12 months? Probably not. What they might sign up for is if you run a deal and because they were a past member of the month member, maybe they get a little bit of a discount for a flag versus what you would charge. You have to think that through, but they're great for shower gifts. It kind of ranks right in the one-off category, but that's how you do it. I mean, yes, it's nothing like the wine of the month. You're never going to run out. You can have wine for a lifetime and you'll never get bored, but a flag is something that you just have to store and carry and all of that. So, think of it that way as well. Yeah. Jody, so for 3 months, $41.85. Yeah, you do what feels comfortable for you, whatever you charge for your flags. I'm going to say this. I've tested every flag on the market, and I know now I can definitely get $13.99 for Amy's flags because they're such an amazing quality. I could not in any way, shape, or form get $13.99 for other vendor flags. They just weren't high quality enough, and people were disappointed. Nobody's been disappointed with her flags. They love the quality, the thickness. So now I know in my heart I can get what I want for them, and that's the $13.99 per flag. Now I will charge more, so there'll be these single-sided, and now I'll be able to charge more when I do the back side of it too. So again, offers a little bit more. If they want just the front side, awesome. If they want the double-sided that has the no words, then I can go that route and add a couple extra dollars on top of that and more bang for my buck. Because again, you want to upsell the back side of it. If they want words on both sides, you upsell it again to the double-sided flags, the true double-sided flags, if they want words on both sides. If they're okay with words only on the one side, which Todd is going to ask me about. I know he is. So this is not the one I pressed. That's better. There it is. So I'll charge $13.99 for this, but I might up it to $15, $16, whatever, if I have to do the back as well. Remember, there's no words on the back. Okay. So, this is how this is working. All right. If you want words front and back, that's now Amy's double-sided one, because you need her very thick double-sided ones in order to have the words read properly. Otherwise, they don't line up. So, again, stuff to think about. Are you going to personalize? Yes, you personalize the bibs. It depends on your client. Depends on who's buying the Member of the Month Club. You decide what you're going to offer. So, I hope that helps. I agree about it. I'm not even going to sell flags until I got hers. Really top notch, absolutely top notch. So, whoops, sorry. I hope that helps. What am I asking? I was washing my hair. Never mind, Todd. Go back to being pretty. All right. But I go theme box, and then it can change it up. I don't know what you're talking about. Theme box. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sunshine. So, rundown. We talked about the shirt from Stan. This is the raglan. Anytime you order the shirts from Stan, you make sure that you send over the measurements charts and you measure what your size is. How do you measure? Armpit to armpit. Okay, that's how you measure. And then so when you take your tape measure and you measure around what you are, then you'll know what the sizing is. Remember, sizing is completely different when it comes to shirts, and it varies from brand to brand to brand. It doesn't matter. Nextel, Bella, Gildan, Jersey, and Stan's. Okay, so they're all going to be different. You have to not look at small, medium, large, extra large. You have to look at the measurements chart. If people are going to order those, you send them the measurements chart and tell them how to measure. Measure from your armpit to your armpit and see what that is, or measure it around, because and what I do, so it's like 42 inches, I think, is what his 2XL is. I'm sorry, I'm a busty girl. I'm not 42 inches around. So I would have to have a bigger size in the lady shirts. Now, I might fit differently in a men's shirt because a men's shirt is cut differently than a lady's. Ladies is tapered. This is a raglan unisex, so this fits. This is, I'm happy with this. So definitely his measurement chart when you're ordering his shirts. Keep that in mind, okay? You have to use that. We also talked about his grilling mats, or his grilling oven mitts. They sub just beautifully. You don't have to worry about creases or anything. No tricks to that. So we talked about that. We talked about his peach covered sequins, how to get out the wrinkle in the middle, pre-press, flip the sequins, pre-press again, it gets out that little wrinkle in the center, and then go ahead and press as usual. We talked about doing Amy's linen, absolutely stunning linen coasters. We talked about what my top 4 favorite and why I have the different coasters that I do. These will be my everyday house coasters. I will have the neoprene ones from Stan that are great for my promotional stuff and giveaways, that kind of stuff. I love those for that because they're pennies on the dollar and he's always looking to save us money. He also has the glass ones. Those are great for 50th wedding anniversaries, 50th birthdays, or even weddings. A little bit on the more of the classy side. We also talked about the sandstone coasters. Those ones are great for car because they absorb the liquid. You could even use probably Amy's and stuff it in there because it is so moldable. But hers took on absolutely amazing color. I mean, that color is just breathtaking. We talked about that. We talked about Stan's crystals that he's getting in. He's getting in the crystal heart stand and a rectangular stand that you can press on because I showed an iceberg one that I had pressed. So he's getting in other ones. We talked about his keychains, how they make absolutely gorgeous. The crystal ones would make a great, gorgeous ornament. We talked about all of Amy's keychains that she has and how you can use them for fundraisers. You can use them for ornaments. You can use them as bag tags for gift bags. They're so versatile that you just don't have to use them as a keychain. They're great promotional items. So there's a lot of versatility to her, definitely her little MDF one. So they're more than just a keychain. We talked about that. We talked about the board and how you press with that board, especially if you're going to do a press with the little press. And I think that's it. Is that it? Talk what? So this month would be Mother's Day. You'd include various items. Oh, he's talking about his theme box. I thought he was talking about what I'm talking about. Gotcha. Sorry, Todd. I was trying to figure out what in the world you were talking about. Couldn't figure out what Todd was talking about in his theme box. I'm like, what are you talking about, theme box? So, like I said, and we also talked about how I'm doing a Flag of the Month club. I'm also doing a Bib of the Month club that launches soon here in my local market. And then will maybe look into a Towel of the Month club because, you know, maybe Grandma wants the Towel of the Month club. Maybe she wants a really pretty towel. I don't know. We'll figure it out along the way. So, there you go. That's everything in a nutshell. I would like again to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day to those who celebrate, and to those who have passed away, a little prayer to those mamas who are looking over us from above. You're still always a mama no matter where you are in this world or beyond. Until then, this has been the SAS special evening edition for May 12th, almost said April 12th, May 12th. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed your day. I know I did, and I will see you guys all on the flip side. And until next weekend, have a good one.